Good morning, everyone. I'm in the middle of eating breakfast. I have yogurt and granola, and it's delicious. How are you all doing today? Oh my gosh, my tummy don't. You didn't hear that. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. How are you all doing? Hello, Santos. Brackets. Furious Wrath. Olive Oil Danta. Gabriel Robles. Jimmy is Izanagi. Manatharan, happy birthday from the other day, right? Or no, I don't remember typing out your name. uh, yes, what was I saying? Oh yeah, hello Marcus, Valinas, Kong, Dill Pickle, Flan, HP Tempest, Lucent, Minkaberry, Someone Boring, Kitty Cult Substar. Hello everyone, welcome. Oh my gosh, I hope you have a beautiful day, everyone. How are you all doing? Are you all healthy? I am a lot healthier than I thought. I recently did my bloods and they all came back perfectly fine, including my iron. I thought I was under the impression that I had a really low iron count. But then again, the last time I measured my iron was when I was bleeding for 3 months. So that makes sense why it was low. But now it's perfectly fine. So weird. I guess I'm fine. That's great. Yes. Welcome everyone. Hi Instinct Night. Welcome. Hot today, you got yourself a nice coffee. Nice. I'm currently only drinking coffee on weekends. So, yeah. Every time I hear someone say coffee, I'm like, coffee? But then I'm like, oh man, I have to wait till this weekend to drink coffee. I am doing lovely. Thank you, Flan. Yana is scared of the butterfly. She is, because the butterfly will try to, like, suck the juices out of her eye. Today I mixed rice with pickle relish. And it was surprisingly good. That does sound good. I don't know what pickle relish is actually, but I like pickles sometimes. I like some pickles sometimes. Sometimes pickles be gross because they don't know how to make pickles properly. But sometimes they're really good. So yeah. Say it right. Konbanwa or Ohayo gozaimasu. Yes, good morning, Catagon. Good morning, hi, Icy. Welcome to the stream. We need an emote of Nyan and a butterfly. Yeah, I think I can only have 4 emotes right now, which is why I only have 4. But in future, maybe I'll add more emotes. Yes, I do like you, Dill Pickle. You're one of the pickles I like. Definitely. You love cucumbers but hate pickles. Makes sense. Huh, what a day. I'm ready to chillax now and just eat my parfait. What was the last thing you guys ate? Tell me. This yogurt is so good. Is like yogurt really expensive where you guys live? Because I bought this yogurt. It was $9. Now I don't normally buy I'm not a yogurt buyer. But I didn't know yoga was like so expensive. Like, wow. That's insane. After the last stream, I've been looking into houseplants. Ooh, guys, my plants are living. They are not dying. Most of them are living right now. I'm just so happy. And I planted some basil seeds and coriander seeds, and the basil seeds sprouted. The coriander seeds are just seeds, like they haven't done anything. And I think that makes sense because earlier this year I planted like a couple thousand seeds from that brand, and like one of them grew. One of them grew, and I'm like, dude, I must be really bad at this, but I think there's something wrong with the actual seeds, because I got basil seeds from another brand and they were fine, but the coriander seeds were not fine. So anyway, moving on. Almost got hit by a pigeon right now. What? What are you... What? A pigeon? Oh my gosh. That's so dangerous. Some desserts? Yum. I made some cinnamon buns. Cinema buns? I call them cinema buns. Cinnamon buns. No, cinnamon rolls. Sorry. I made some cinnamon rolls. And, the other day. And I accidentally put double the sugar. So, double the sugar in the recipe. And they're already sweet. So, they ended up tasting like... First of all, they ended up like goopy. Like mochi. And... they're so sweet that you can't have like a whole one. And they're small. You know, these are like mini cinema rolls. You know? So they're small and you can't even have a whole one because it's so sweet and so sugary. And I also put rum into the glaze, which actually tastes really good, but yeah, the cinema rolls are definitely way too sweet. Oops. That's what happens. Ham and cheese bagel. Melt! Fried Brussels sprouts. Tomatoes. Yum! I haven't had ham in a really long time. I forgot what it tastes like. But cheese has gotta be like my favorite food. Like, I think I have like 6 different types of cheeses in my fridge right now. I have goat cheese, ricotta, feta, like a 4-mix Mexican cheese blend, Mexican style, I guess, for my nachos. Just cheddar. Did I say Parmesan and mozzarella? That's 7. If I'm good at counting. That's how much different types of cheeses I have, and I eat them. Like, my cheeses never go bad, cause I eat my cheese. I love cheese so much. Yum. Last thing you ate today was the last bits of hot Cheetos from my hot Cheetos bag, but nothing much, in fact. Pretty hungry. Wow, you know what? I have had hot Cheetos, I think like one time, or some kind of version of hot Cheetos, like maybe a ripoff of it. And it's like, I have no idea how they make them. They're so crispy. Italian hoagie. What's a hoagie? I'm gonna look this up. look up a hoagie. A hoagie. Oh. Oh, okay. I see. That's pretty good. That looks yummy. Oh, hi Diana. Hello. Sorry, I just saw your comment just now. Hi Matthias. Happy you're feeling well and the plants are growing. Yes, the plants are growing. And like I've been constantly thinking about like what I'm gonna grow. If I ever get to America, what I'm gonna grow there. I'm super excited. I have like I have plans. I'm really excited. And I'm gonna grow a lot of chili and capsicums. I mean bell peppers and tomatoes. Yeah. But I think it's a bit late to grow them now because summer is just about to wrap up here. So I'm not sure. But yeah. You play Power World yet? No, I haven't. I don't know what that is still. I'm sorry. I've actually been playing this game called, let's see, Deep Rock Galactic. And it's like this first-person shooter game, which is strange because I don't like first-person shooters. And the first couple times I played it, I was like, ew, no, ew. But then I kept on playing. It was actually kind of fun. So yeah, it is a fun game, but the language in it is quite rude. I'm like, why are you talking to the little robot like that? They're like, hurry up, get your butt over here and stuff. You know? It's rude, but it's a fun game. Pasta or pizza? Pasta. For sure. I've had a lot of good pasta in my life. And I've had some good pizza. I haven't had a lot of good pizza. So, if I had a lot more good pizza, then maybe my opinion would change. But for now, I've had a lot better pasta than pizza, so I'm gonna go with pasta. Just realized some light casting on the drawing are heart-shaped. Really? Oh yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Cute. Thank you for noticing. Don't look too hard, because you'll start seeing mistakes. Everyone thank the druid cat summoned for keeping our plants alive. Oh yeah. I prayed over my plants. I was at that level where I'm like, only God can save my plants now, because I cannot. And I prayed over them, and look, they're alive again. If that's not proof God is real, I don't know what. Anyway, that's great. Having my plants are alive. There's only this one plant that is like on the verge of death. It's a chili plant, and it's got a single leaf growing on it. Like all its other leaves fell off. It's got a singular leaf, and it's like, it's literally so small. It's like the size of, it's not even the size of a piece of rice. It's like a quarter of the size of a piece of rice, and it's tiny. Tiny leaf. So I hope it grows more. I also have a lime tree, and it's starting to give, I recently repotted it. And usually when I repot plants, they die, or like they get sick, or they don't like being repotted. They're like, they lose their leaves or whatever. But for the first time ever, repotting a plant, aka my lime tree, actually helped it. Like, the tree is actually thriving right now. It's doing so much better. There's so much new leaf growth, and it's also growing little lemons. I mean, limes. Did I say lemons? It's a lime tree. Little limes. It's like beginning to flower. I don't know if they're flowers. They look like actual limes, like little baby ones, but they're white. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I keep checking on it every day, and nothing really changes like super like dramatically every day, but things are changing, and I'm excited for the lime tree to eat limes. Yeah, excited. I eat limes like all the time. Hi Zephyrus, welcome. Okay, I'm gonna read the chat again. A bat flew into me once. For a small animal, they hit surprisingly hard. Yeah, I understand that. I've had like animals run straight into me and yeah. They do hit hard. And I'm just whenever that happens I'm like, "Are you okay?" Because I'm kind of hurt. I have a dedicated cheese drawer in my fridge. Oh man. So good. Oh, welcome to Crimson Fox. Cheddar is your fave? My favorite cheese is gotta be goat cheese. And then my second favorite's gotta be Gouda? It's spelled Gouda. Gouda? Is that it? Did I get it right? I always say it wrong. Not sure. But anyway. But goat cheese is definitely the best cheese. It's so good. But then again, I really like mozzarella. So, anyway. I come from the dairy capital of the US. We love cheese. Good old Wisconsin. Did you know that... Oh, and I do have Philadelphia cream cheese. Did you know that Philadelphia cream cheese is actually not from Philadelphia? And it has no ties whatsoever to Philadelphia. It's true. Apparently, the Philadelphia cream cheese, the reason why they called it Philadelphia was because there was a lot of good cream cheese coming from Philadelphia, and it was like known that the good cheeses are from there, so that's why they named it Philadelphia cream cheese. Even though they had nothing to do with Philadelphia. Not even like the person is from Philadelphia or anything. So it's still good. I mean, it's good cheese. I like it. Rock and stone. About bell peppers, you should try chili rollin'. No, those things are delicious though very spicy, but very worth eating. Though the spice is because how delicious they are. I've been, my entire life, I have had a huge struggle with spicy foods. And by struggle, I mean completely avoiding them. And like, if I taste even like a little bit of spice, I go, no, it's spicy, I can't handle it. So I've been, over time, slowly trying to get used to spicy food. And I've been eating the chilies and stuff, and it's still very spicy for me, but I'm getting more used to it, and I can actually kind of taste the stuff other than the spice, if that makes sense. Like I can taste the actual pepper, not just the spice. So, yeah, that's good. Takes a very long time to get used to spices if you're not used to spices. Yeah. Do you play Dragon Quest? I've never played it before. Dragon Quest. Why are you guys talking? Okay. Dragon Quest. Well, I'll write it down. I've actually been looking for games that are fun and good. Why does it look like Dragon Ball? It looks like Dragon Ball. This looks like it's actually drawn by the actual Dragon Ball artist. Dragon Quest. Well, maybe it is because it's called Dragon Quest. Is that a Dragon Ball game? Like, anyway. Reads chat. Recently learned that some plants need to slowly adjust it to light even if they need lots of light. You have to slowly introduce them to more light every day. Yes! Oh my gosh. Rather than just tossing them to the rack, be like, yep. I learned the same thing this week because all my indoor plants were like dying, not happy. And since then I've learned an amalgamation of different like informational things that are really helpful. But what I did was like, oh my gosh, they're all dying. It's because they're not getting enough sun, and I put them all outside into the direct sun, and like a lot of them got burnt. Like within, like, the Australian sun is super like hot, and they just got like cooked, like completely cooked in the sun. They did not need more sun. Well, not like that anyway. So what I've done instead is I started putting plants in the shade outside, and they're thriving. They're doing much better. Also, there wasn't enough air circulation indoors, so I had like a lot of pest problems with the plants, and just fungus and mold as well problems with the plants. I had fungus gnats. I had aphids and all that, and since I've put them outside, no more pest problems, not even the aphids. You know, they're all gone. So it's really nice. Yeah, the temperature matters so much, and so does the sun, and so does the amount of air circulation it gets. So there you go. If you ever have indoor plants that you think need more sun and you want to put them outside, put them into the shade. There you go. Problem solved. I've also been converting a lot of my plants to hydroponics, and they're doing really well. Some of them are a bit limp looking at the moment, but that's like what happens when you replant stuff sometimes. They get shocked by the new environment. Okay. Welcome everyone. French fries aren't from French. They're not from French. Hawaiian pizza is from Canada. Hi Esther, welcome to the stream. I'm doing wonderfully. I'm eating yogurt and granola. I'm having a beautiful day today. I'm sorry to hear that school has stressed you out. I used to be very stressed in school. To the point where I stopped going. I just refused to go to school. I literally stopped going to school because it stressed me out so much. Yeah. So there you go. But you know, as an adult now, I kind of realize that school was really not that important. It's such an insignificant portion of your life. And when you get out of it, it's gonna be like, you never went kind of thing. It's not really so important. I mean, do your best. And it's definitely important to learn things. But keep in mind that school is there, or school should be there for you to learn things, not for you to stress and like be like have anxiety and stuff like that over, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, it's not super important. At least it wasn't for me, but keep in mind I'm a self-employed artist. I'm not I didn't go to university or college. So, but for me it wasn't, yeah, wasn't helpful. Yeah. It's important to keep in mind, keep into perspective what's truly important to you. And if you don't know what's important to you and why it's important to you, you need to figure that out. Otherwise, everything can stress you out. If you don't have grounds and strong beliefs in what's important and why it's important to you. So, for example, if you really want good grades, you gotta know why you want good grades. Why do you want good grades? Because you want a good job? Well, good grades might not actually equal to having a good job. You know, maybe a good job is like you gotta know the people at the place. Like, the easiest way to get a job, I've heard, is to know people who work there and get recommended by people on the inside. So if you want to work at Starbucks, go to Starbucks and befriend people there and be like, hey, I'm looking for a job. After a while, hey, I'm looking for a job. Oh, well, we've got a position opening up, and because we know you and we're friends with you, we're gonna let you in. I don't know if Starbucks is a good job, but maybe. If you want to work in politics, just go talk to some befriend some politicians. Anyway, the point is, you gotta make sure that you're no, actually, you gotta make sure your what's it called? Priorities align with your goals, and that, you know, yeah, makes sense and stuff. You know? Hot dogs aren't made out of dogs. What a relief. I used to feel bad every single time I had a hot dog, but now I know they're not made out of dogs. I don't care. Forget degrees. If you want to build a nuclear reactor in your yard, do it. Who cares if the government agents are investigating your every move? Well, nuclear stuff is very bad. Like, if you don't know what you're doing. I know they say it's like the safest, what is it called? The safest and least polluting, you know, substance when stored correctly, mind you. But if you don't know what you're doing, then you might just like lose your arms or something from like cancer or whatever. So, or just like they'll burn off from like radiation and stuff. So, and maybe you'll get your neighbor's arms too. You know, you gotta be careful with nuclear stuff. You know? Schools are very stressful to me in childhood because I have autism with ADHD. Makes it hard to keep up with everyone. Which, oh, you dropped out at high school. Totally get that. I mean, it's hard for the average person, you know? So, I can see how much more difficult it would be with... Yeah. I get that. Sorry for eating, guys. I was hungry. I was hungry. I needed to eat. It had to be done. Similar situation, except you're in uni. Yeah, I get that. Only recently learned that I have Asperger's. Asperger's. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. But the only thing it does is make me suffer socially, I'm sure. I think you're always like very you always have something interesting to say, and if that is due to your Asperger's because you have like Asperger's, sorry, I don't know, that you have like a unique point of view, you know what I mean? That or interesting perspective that only you have. I mean, I think it's a good thing. I don't think you're suffering. I mean, from my point of view, your social levels are awesome. Sorry. Yes. Hello, it's been a while since I was able to catch a stream. I've been doing good. Well, I think you're very good at communicating, and I always love reading your comments, and your comments don't strike me as strange or like bad or anything. I feel like, oh, Zephyrus is saying stuff. I want to read it. Happy. Oh, I feel like closing my eyes and falling asleep. I'm well worded but brokenly introverted. That's alright. I'm not the best at talking as well. So, let's do our best together. I think social stuff is a skill, and some of us are born with a really high level of it, if that makes sense, but some of us need to work pretty hard to get good at socials. So, yeah. Half AI. Overly worded. You know what? I think that. I think that's a good thing. I think everything you have to say is good, and I enjoy reading everything. Same, I'm very introverted, even to the point that I freeze talking to people that are not family members. Yeah, I have the opposite problem. I can talk to anyone except my family. I can talk to anyone except my family. I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know, I don't want to say anything here. I don't want to say anything. Yeah. I worked hard, even became a leader of a group for a few years, but never got close to people. I never knew what closeness really is. You know what? Sometimes it takes a really long time to meet the right person or the right people. Yeah, talking to family is the hardest. Yeah, I agree with that. You know why? It's incredibly difficult and challenging to be vulnerable with people who have opinions that don't necessarily like support you. You know what I mean? That's so difficult. Yeah, and maybe it's a good thing not to be vulnerable with these people. Those people, you know. You should only be vulnerable if you have a very strong support system Even if that support system is yourself, but it is so important to have other people around you cheering you on, because they can change your entire life, you know? Like good if you're surrounded by good people or bad people, they can change your entire life's trajectory with just a couple words. I remember one time I was like a kid and I was singing like probably obnoxiously loud for a really long time, like in my room, you know. At some point my parents got sick of it. And my dad's like, he's like, what's that? Sounds like a dying cat up there. And then, no joke, I stopped singing for like 10 years because of that one thing. No joke. So, you know, even just the smallest things, you know? So, it's very important to be supportive and encouraging, you know? You gotta avoid people who want to, as they say, dim your light, you know? Tell you to stop being yourself or discourage you. You need to like not just avoid those people like, yeah, whatever, I'm not listening to you. You can say whatever you want, but I'm not listening. You just need to find the people that encourage you. And like, if you're I was watching a video earlier about this therapist, and her cousin like randomly mentioned like, hey, you should start a YouTube channel because like, you know, you're awesome and you have interesting things to say and such. And like, so she did. And then she's like made a whole career out of it, and she's like, you know what, if he never told me to do that, then I would, like, my entire life would be completely different and I never would have done it, you know? Or she never would have felt encouraged enough to do it. So I think it's really important to find encouraging people and surround yourself with them. So, yeah. Good morning. Yes. It's usually when I do anything I get interrogated on existing. I'm sorry, Zephyrus. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We need to surround ourselves with loving and encouraging people. And if we can't get that from family, then we need to go out there and find someone else. And make sure that they are actually loving and encouraging. It's very difficult. Very difficult to find, but I promise you, there are people out there who are lovely. Promise. There are people out there that will change your life for the better. You just need to be open and discerning, maybe, and careful but not avoidant of everyone, you know. I remember when I was like in a negative mindset, I remember overly positive people would really annoy me. I'm like, ugh, they're too nice. They're too nice. Something must be wrong with them, right? But it's not true. Like, some people are actually just so nice that like that's who they are, you know, and they're actually like really good people and there's nothing wrong with them. They don't have an evil agenda, you know. Some people actually are nice, believe it or not. So not everyone has an agenda. Not everyone has a little evil thing in them that's nasty, you know. So just gotta find the good peoples and stick to them. Yes. Yes. I'm happy that you feel open enough to chat in our community, Dill Pickle. I think everyone just needs a little love, you know? For a long time, I was in a situation where I was suffering for a long time, and then I came out of it, and I felt incredibly happy, and I felt incredibly awesome, and I was like, wow, maybe I needed to suffer that much to feel this happy and this good. But then I realized, because people say that. They say, oh, maybe you had to go through that suffering to learn how to be like a good person or learn how to be nice or whatever. But no, later on, I realized that no, I didn't need to go through any of that. I didn't need to, like, learn those. Like, I didn't need to learn love through, what's the word? Torture or, like, or what's it called? Like a bad situation. I didn't need to suffer all that. I just needed some love. You just need some love, and then you can learn what love is. And then you can learn to be good when you have good people around you. So, it makes sense that people are like, they wanna like make sense of the suffering. They're like, I want to make sense of this. I want there to be a reason why I suffered all this time. But sometimes there is no nothing good that comes out of suffering. What the good comes out of it is getting out of the suffering. So yeah, you just need people who love you. And if you don't have anyone you need to learn to love yourself, and then find people who love you. Because, if you don't love yourself, then you're not gonna let someone else love you. You need to love yourself first. And you need to know what's best for you. What's good for you. Yes. You need to accept the good things. You can't be like, oh, I don't deserve the good things. Why would you say that to yourself? You deserve good things. You need to, and such, Anyway. Huh?
You're passionate.
Yes. I'm yelling at you. You deserve good things. Stop pushing away the good things in life just because you feel like you don't deserve it. Slam the table.
Flip the table over.
Flip the table. Don't push someone away because you think they're too nice for you or too good for you. Oh my gosh, it's like the worst thing you can do.
I've known a lot of people that have done that.
Yes, you gotta accept people that are too good for you or too nice for you. Because they're not too good for you. No one is too good for you. Come on, guys.
Everyone's a gift.
Yeah, everyone's a gift. Everyone's a gift.
You deserve anyone.
Yes. Yes. No one deserves anyone or deserves anything, right? That's important. Everyone's a gift, and everything is a gift. And should be treated as such. So, don't be entitled. But, yeah. Just know that it's your choice whether or not you want to accept good things. Of course, bad things will come to you, and good things will come to you. But you do get to choose to accept some things sometimes, And if you push the good away from you, then that's just the reality of the situation. You're pushing good away from you. Anyway, not that everyone is doing that, but it's important to accept the good wherever you can. Yeah. So, yes, thank you, Flynn. You're lovely. I hope that you can be the person for that person for a lot of your friends, but also that they can be that person back. Because everyone has to make choices, and some people just consistently, on purpose, choose the bad choice. Choose the choice that is like treating people badly, or treating themselves badly, or treating whatever badly, or picking the bad choice that's like evil, you know? Some people just be like that, and you know what? There may be a certain point where you can control like what other people say or do, but most of the time it has nothing to do with you, and like it doesn't matter what you do or say or whatever. People will just make their own choices, and that's really important to learn, because you don't have control over other people. You have control over yourself. So yeah, if other people are being nasty, it might not be because it's not your fault. They're just choosing to be nasty, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You can't control whether someone's nasty to you or not. Like, you have like such, like, you could be nice to them, you know, and maybe that will help, but sometimes it just doesn't, and they just be bad no matter what, you know? Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna reach out. I'm definitely in the avoidance stage right now. I've played VRC for too long and it was too depraved for me to handle. I think I gained some trust issues, or I had them all along. Yeah. Yeah. Avoidance is definitely, it's a what's the word? Defense mechanism. Because after being hurt so many times, you're like, I know that's not good for me, so I'm just gonna avoid everything. Which, it makes sense, because your brain and body is smart. It's like, ow, I've been hurt. I'm going to avoid what hurt me, which makes sense. But at the same time, you need to, I mean, if you want to find good people out there, you can't just avoid everyone, you know. It's annoying, but that is the case, and there's a lot more. I mean, in my experience, there's been a lot more not so great people. I mean, but once you find a good person, they're usually surrounded by good people as well. So like, their entire community is probably gonna be good. So you can get involved in it. Yeah. So I think there's plenty of good people here. At least I like to believe that. I don't know everyone personally. But yeah, just gotta pick the good choices. Choices that are good for you. Good for the world and such. VRC can definitely be a bit of a volatile place if you run into the wrong people, but when I played VRC, I found some good online friends that made it easier for me to communicate in my outside life. And you know what's crazy though, and really true? If you've only been surrounded by bad people your whole life, guess who you're gonna find? Bad people. Because you're so used to bad people. Like, you don't... Yeah, that's where your comfort zone is, and you can't really see the badness in them, if that makes sense, if that's what you're used to. You know what I mean? So if you're used to people like swearing at you and calling you names because you think it's played off as something funny or like silly or lighthearted or whatever, and that's like your norm, then you're just gonna be attracted to people who are like that, who do that, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is normal, yeah. And people who are like overly good or overly nice, you're gonna be off-put by them because you're unfamiliar with them. You're gonna be like, oh, that person's like a mushy person who likes getting people walked all over, or likes themselves getting walked all over or something. You know, you might think that they don't have a leg to stand on or something, or you might perceive them as weak or
Good points.
just too friendly, or just, yeah. So good people, just know that if you're in a bad spot and that, like, you've just been surrounded by bad people your whole life, good people are going to be off-putting to you. They are. You're gonna feel like kind of like suspicious about them, like, but what's really wrong with you? Like, what's your real, like, who are you really though? Like, what is this fake facade of being nice? Like, why are you faking? Why are you being so fake and facading your niceness? What evil plans have you got? You know? And you can't read them because you haven't got experience with good people. And that makes sense. So, yeah, it can be very difficult and 100% uncomfortable to surround yourself with good people in the beginning because you're doing something completely new to you. And yeah, it's definitely gonna be off-putting for sure. If you're not used to nice people. So, yeah. I'm always glad to talk in the community. No one day goes to by wherever regret it. Just feels very comforting to be around cool people that I've never met before, and in a way that changed me. Aw, Dill Pickle, you're so lovely. Thank you for the kind words. I'm glad you feel all those happy feelings. Thank you, Inkers. I'm doing incredibly well. Thank you. You all deserve the love and support. Don't let anyone change you because it will definitely get better. Maybe you know it at the moment, but believe in yourself and hold your head up. You all can do it. Wonderful. Beautiful words. All you gotta say is hi to me and I'll say hi back. Oh, cute. Everyone's lovely. Didn't realize how many horrible people were in my family until I turned 17, which is why ever since I turned 18 I tried being polite and the best person that I can be. I wonder if, like, how you realized that. Were you exposed to, like, a really good person? Someone who actually cares and, like, was lovely at that age? Or did you find, like, online somewhere where you saw that people were, like, you were shown an example of how you could be treated if you were in a better environment or surrounded by better people, or like how good people treat others, you know?
That's a really good question.
Yeah. Like, how did you get to that point? Because it takes that sometimes. It takes someone else to show you, like, hey, this is what a good person does. Or you need to have a really personal experience with someone who's a really good person. Always nice people are scary. Never know when the backstab is coming. But that's the thing, though. Because sometimes people just be nice. Like, for real. Like, there is no backstab coming. Like, some people are just like that. You know?
You know what's interesting?
What?
You know, okay. Nyan Temple. So... everybody has the ability to backstab.
Yeah, absolutely.
And no one's gonna be perfect. Even nice people are gonna do bad things sometimes.
Yes.
But what's interesting is, like, if the person is not nice, you're not afraid of the backstabbing because you know it's coming. But if the person is nice, you're just waiting for it and you got, like, an anxiety and... Then it just, like, maybe it doesn't come.
It's the familiarity. Oh my gosh, that was a hard one. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather be with someone who's nice 90% of the time and backstabs 10% of the time than with someone who
backstabs 90%.
Who backstabs, like, yeah, well, usually someone's not that terrible, but that's true. Some people are always
Some people
mean.
be that way.
Yeah.
Some people are, like, backstabbing 90% of the time.
Especially if they're from Europe. No, sorry, no,
What?
UK specifically. Not everyone. Like, Italy, you guys are great. No, I'm kidding.
Gosh.
Not everybody.
Have you met everyone in the UK?
I did. Everybody in the UK. No, I'm
Every
kidding.
single person.
I'm only saying that their sense of humor is very mean over there. They like to pick on each other 24/7.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't mean everyone's like
No,
that.
it doesn't mean they're all evil.
God.
I'm only teasing.
Oh goodness.
That's their sense of humor. So I'm teasing. I'm using it.
Yeah. It does not hurt to speak your mind. That's what I meant, but that's the thing. They might be speaking their mind. They might just only have good things to say. You know what I mean? I feel like I felt very scared and suspicious of Ryan for a long time. And even my mom was like, "Why is he that nice? It's scary. When's like, is he gonna stab you in your sleep or something?"
Yeah, I remember being in school, and they're like, people had literally said to me, they're like, "We're just afraid someday you're gonna wake up and stab everybody in school.
Yeah,
you're just gonna snap." Because they're like,
you can't
usually
be that
people
nice.
who are mean all the time, but people who are nice, they snap, and it's like it gets really scary, and it's like, well, that's just because it's a contrast. They're doing the same things. When the mean person is mean and the nice person snaps, it's like the same things are going on. It's just you're more used to one.
Some people just be nice guys.
Yeah.
You know, they're not gonna wake up and stab you someday. I mean, maybe, but maybe not. I mean, how many nice people have done that to you? I don't know. Maybe some have, but maybe they just weren't that nice. Welcome, Christian. Yeah. I feel like I talk about what's on my mind, and I feel like I generally have good things to say about, like, I just have a positive view on a lot of things. I think Ryan's is probably more positive than mine. I think I have some negative things to say sometimes, but
You're doing great.
oh, thank you. But yeah. Some people are just nice, and they don't have secret agendas or like evil thoughts. I don't know. Yeah. Also, sometimes when people say that they don't believe there's anyone nice in the world, I mean, it kind of speaks true to like who they are on the inside. You know, if you don't feel like you can be nice with no profit, I don't know what the word is, like with nothing to gain back, then maybe you might have those thoughts of like, well, I'm not nice unless I get something, so that means other people can't be nice unless they get something, you know. So what do they want? You know, some people like that, but
yeah. Usually I don't personally know anybody
or someone who's been hurt by a nice and quote unquote nice person.
I've heard people say that before, but usually, like, when someone says something like that to me, I respond like, "Hey, I know you, dude. You've done plenty of nice things for other people without, like, looking for something in return."
It's a belief system.
Yeah.
It's not like their reality.
Yeah, right. And so my point is, like, I tell them, like, "Hey, you're the outlier. Why can't there be other outliers in the world? Like, I could be the same as you.
Yeah.
We could both be nice people. Not everybody's a jerk."
Yeah.
And that usually, I don't know, I'm guessing it helps a little bit. It puts a little bit of a crack in that belief system, if you will.
Yeah. For sure, sis. The background animation is really cute. Thank you. I did that one myself. Thank you. Just had a super nice, friendly person I've known for a while figuratively backstabbing my team. So salty much. Right. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Definitely experiences shift your perspectives and such. I used to be the kid who would always clean the cafeteria in middle school because it broke my heart seeing the workers clean up after the students. Yeah, I do feel bad. Like, I don't like other people cleaning up my mess. I get that. I'm sorry that happened at Nyan Temple.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, that's awful. Wow, it's been an hour. Okay, well, I guess I'll wrap up the stream. I hope everyone has a beautiful day, and I'm wishing you all the best, and I hope you find some lovely good people who are nice and such, and wishing you all the best. Throw some shrimp on the Barbie. I'm not Australian enough. You can do it better, maybe? Can you try?
I'm not Australian.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Isn't that a false phrase?
Yeah, we don't say shrimp. We
Yeah,
say
you can say
prawns. I've never seen anyone put prawns on the Barbie.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. Like, I've seen sausages. I've seen, like, steak.
Yeah.
Maybe I just haven't been to enough barbecues. I mean, I haven't really been to a lot of them. But I've never seen shrimp or prawns on the Barbie. So, oh no. Anyway, thank you everyone. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye. Wishing you all the best. You want to say goodbye?
Bye-bye.
Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you have a beautiful day. Oh, shrimp and prawns are two different animals? I don't know. I'm not